Don't you want a chocolate covered cookie now?
I kind of do.
Hey, grab a cookie.
I'll grab a
hang on.
cookie.
Get your present
Minecraft.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
You're
have
the
like
inspiration to what we want to be on a call.
14 holes in you.
Are you twerking while doing CPR?
No, the person's chest makes that popping noise.
You
And
said your
my
chest
chest,
did.
but mine does like whenever I
Yeah,
sit
when you
up
do
like
that,
this.
you shouldn't be doing that.
That's what you could wear to Honduras to protect you from the air.
You have like an hour worth of talking. Okay, leave me alone.
Guy, a little quieter, please.
Yeah, I'm talking, man.
We have time to think, and they don't want us thinking for ourselves.
OJ's wife's killer confounded recipe.
Yeah.
It actually killed the guy who created it.
Welcome to season 2, episode 4.
Welcome
Take
back.
one.
Welcome back to Shit Talk. Today we've had some sad. Well, not today. It was actually like 3 days ago. Today is January 3rd. I'm not sure whenever I'll be able to post this, but we'll be posting it as soon as possible. Yeah, January 3rd. It was also like 22 years ago, the day I came out of my mother.
Yep, today is your birthday.
I was
Today is your
C-section, so
birthday.
don't take that the wrong way. I was C-section. It's okay.
27, 28 now?
22. I know I'm bald,
Oh, no.
but
Oh, baby.
I don't know about you.
we do have a special guest today. His name's Michelangelo, and he's on the table right there. My wife actually got him for me 4 years ago today for my birthday when I was 18, I think. If it was my 19th birthday, I'm sorry, Bailey, but today it was just going to be my 18th birthday. But anyway, we got some sad news today as of 3 days ago. Because we live in Louisiana, we feel obligated to talk about it. The New Year's Eve in New Orleans. Not bombing. I'm getting this confused with the
Almost
bombing.
bombing.
It was a bombing in
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Same
Germany.
people. And Germany. In New Orleans, they had, if you don't know anything about it, then you've been living under a rock.
I thought the bomb was in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. It was Las Vegas. Wherever Trump Tower is.
What did I say?
You said Los Angeles.
My bad, Las Vegas.
I was about to say, I'm like, maybe I
No, no, it's Las Vegas. I got my losses mixed up.
Yeah. Or Los Santos. It doesn't matter.
Los
Los Santos.
Yeah. Basically, this dude who's former Army got in a white rental Ford and drove down Bourbon Street and ran over a bunch of people. And then whenever the cops came to be like, yo, why'd you run over a bunch of people? He shot at them and shot some cops. And then they finally shot him and they pulled him out and began CPR. That's besides the point. It was very sad. I've seen a lot of videos come from that. So
The problem I'm seeing with the videos is people were running down the street videoing
the dead
the
bodies.
dead bodies and the people that are injured and stuff
Yeah.
and posting it, and their families don't even know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely shouldn't have been doing that.
So I saw like pictures of the people that have passed, and I could actually make out some of them in the videos that I saw, and I was like thinking, because with the job that we have, where we're working in fire and EMS, we see a lot of bad things, and we tend to, and especially like first responders and military and all that, we tend to disassociate people with being human beings, not because like we don't care about them, but because like it'll affect how you give patient care if you're always like. So sometimes whenever I'm watching movies and TV shows, I like to try and put myself back as a human being that doesn't disassociate all the time. So I'll be like, wow, this is an actual human being. I know that sounds really bad, but it's just how it is. So I'm watching this video. This guy's walking down, filming the people that have passed. And I was like, wow, that was that person that was in the picture on the news. Like, I could tell that that's who that was. And it's a parent of this young child. And I'm like,
Imagine their family watching that
yeah,
video.
seeing, because I can't imagine seeing my mom in that position on the ground with, like, that'd tear me
There
up.
was a post where the family members of one of them was asking them to please stop sharing the video of their child getting pretty much ran over, and to talk about what you were saying, like a comment on it. To work in the field that we work in, we have to put all that and feelings to the side. We have to come into work and just disassociate ourselves, because if we don't, we can't do our job properly. We let our feelings get in the way, and you don't want somebody coming on your worst day to try and help you and give you the best chance that you can get. And we're over here mentally distraught and can't figure out what to do. So we kind of have to go into like what I call a work mode. And
Yeah, it's their
sometimes we
emergency,
don't
it's
get
our
out
job.
of it. Even when we're supposed to, when we come back home, we're supposed to come back to this other character or ourselves and put the emotions back in us. Sometimes we can't, or we just don't think about it, and everything is like, yeah, we pretty much disassociate everything.
Yeah. Real quick, I don't know how long Steven's wife, she's here with us. I'm not going to put her on camera, though. I don't know how long she's staying here. I don't know if she's planning on watching us or whatever. But they brought me a present. I don't know if she's just staying for that or what she's staying for.
Then we got you a
You're just
cake
hanging out? Okay.
with cookies on it.
And they got me a cake, and she put cookies on it, and it looks great and fantastic. I think it's on that camera right there, right? So I'm going to let her light the candle, and then I'll take my present. You won't be in it. It's okay. Oh, we got the wrong lighter.
We're having equipment malfunction.
Maybe if I start roasting Colby, it'll work. Man, that's why you look like a highlighter.
I do look like a highlighter.
You dress like that as like for your fiance because she's a school teacher. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop right there.
I'm
Anyway.
the highlight of her morning.
Oh, they're about to sing "Happy Birthday," but I don't have to. It's my birthday. Haha.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Caleb. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Many more.
Yep.
You know
Like
what's funny?
23.
You know what's funny? If he doesn't want that, all he gotta do is cut it.
Do not cut that, please.
There you go.
Don't you want a chocolate covered cookie now?
I kind of do.
Hey, grab a cookie.
I'll
you
grab a
hang on.
cookie.
Get
Ooh,
your present.
Minecraft. That's like an inside joke between us because
Minecraft.
we
Minecraft.
think that only children play Minecraft, but sometimes we indulge ourselves, and so we'll just like make fun of each other and be like, "You want to play Minecraft?"
Look, Minecraft can be very helpful to a lot of things in life. It can help you with architecture.
Architectural.
Yeah, if you're only building with square blocks.
Well, yeah, you can build a 4x4 or 10x10 or whatever you want to do. You know,
Okay, I'm opening the
castles.
presents. Hey, speaking of square blocks, dude. Okay, thank y'all. So like, thank you. I've been watching over and over all the Karate Kids and then Cobra Kai and all, and then the Lone Lobos podcast. I'm gonna put them in here again. Y'all are awesome. But then I had gotten some like these pine trees. I don't know if you've seen them from the third Karate movie. They were using like little pine saplings to make the bonsai trees. Or bonsai. And it doesn't matter. So I got some pine saplings and I was making my own bonsai trees. And we went to Walmart the other day and we were looking down the Lego aisle. And my mother-in-law was like, "Hey, there's your bonsai tree." And I looked at it and it was expensive. And I was like, I really want it, but I'm not spending the money on it. So thank you for the bonsai.
Bonsai.
Bonsai!
tree.
That's awesome.
And if you need help, she can help you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Wait, unless this is just like the box and you'll actually have something else in here.
I actually stuck it with tissue paper.
Oh, okay.
The box.
Is it like the shoe department? You go get the gift later?
No,
You just get
it's
the box
actually
now?
like tissues to where when you open it, you can cry.
Oh, okay.
See,
So
Oh,
the
cry
box
'cause
was
I didn't get the
expensive.
bonsai?
The stuff inside of it was fairly cheap.
I don't
No,
Jordan, okay.
I don't think so.
no.
What if I was just like, oh, here's a box, and then so, yay, tissue paper, the best present ever.
I always wanted it.
I always wanted tissue paper. I needed it earlier.
I'm keeping the. Oh, I didn't mean to bump the mic. I'm keeping the mic, by the way. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Steven. Steven's like really tired. Okay, we're gonna show our normal regular video, and then eventually we'll get some more videos.
Time for ghosts.
Time for a ghost. Hey, you want a ghost?
Got any grape?
We got green apple. Oh yeah, right here.
Sweet.
That's better.
I'm ready.
Me too.
Even like chugs the whole ghost.
I'm ready.
Hey, we got more. Yeah, I'm ready. Me too.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm gonna get a chocolate cookie.
Can I have one, please?
No. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Here you go.
You were late.
What's up?
Dropped it on the ground
Tastes
outside.
better than what?
Don't worry, I cut a lot of this out. I know your children watch it.
Just because that face is.
Yeah.
Cookie.
Yeah. Lauren over here like that word. Don't say that thing. My children watch this.
I love cookies, like the squirrel from Over the Hedge.
Right. And the squirrel gets killed by a
You're
bear.
not saying anything wrong. It's how we
Well.
say it.
Because you're wearing an orange hoodie.
Well,
I'm able to eat his cookie.
Oh, okay.
So, going back to the bombings and stuff that are happening, how would you guys have felt if you had to work the call in New Orleans?
Dude, real quick, I saw this podcast about that these two police officers do, and it's like their podcast. And I don't know where they work, but anyway, they were like breaking down with all the knowledge that they had of the event because it was on the day of, and they were still coming out with more stuff, more information about the situation. With all the knowledge that they had, they actually talked about how they would do that in an incident management system, and talked about talked about what good the New Orleans police did, and some things that they probably didn't do so well, like the blockade. Anyway, but I just thought that was cool that people are doing that. So we're doing it from like an EMS standpoint, or maybe even fire, but probably EMS because that's like our main job. So
Yeah.
I'll let Kobe go first.
okay, yeah, me. So what's the question again?
How would you felt if you were on that call?
How would I feel if I was on the call, not what would I do? So how I would feel is
Is that a call you would have?
I wouldn't have expected it because honestly, this is America and we've never really had something like this before, like recent, except for in Tennessee at the AT&T building, and there was nobody around. There was a speaker that was saying, "Hey, this is going to blow up. Y'all need to get away."
And then it blew up.
And then it blew up. So I really wouldn't expect it. So I think I'd be kind of caught off guard, and I would probably look around whoever my partner would be, who my partners would be, and kind of ask them, am I crazy? Did this just happen?
Yeah, you are crazy.
I mean,
That's what I would say as your
we're
partner.
all crazy to work in the
I would have
field we
definitely
work in.
called for dispatch to send every unit available.
Yeah, I'd be like, send all the birds, send that other company that just so happens to be in New
I'm gonna
Orleans.
pick on dispatch in this comment, but you could do that, and they would definitely get it wrong.
Man, I'm gonna tell.
Then ask
honestly,
why. Why are we sending you extra units?
They'd ask why, or they would do what they want to do instead of giving you what you asked for.
That reminds me. I love our dispatch. Well, there's a few times where I'm like, really, bro.
I've
But
heard
some of the
stories about-
dispatchers,
I've heard stories about your dispatcher.
well, some of our dispatchers though are amazing. Like, if there's a dialysis appointment at like 6:30 and a crew changes at 7 or whatever, then they'll be like, their chair time though isn't till like 7:20, so we're not gonna make that crew be late. We're just gonna like let them hurry up and do crew change and then just run it over there.
If it's still
So
the
they're,
same
like,
people
super cool.
that was in there when I was working
So,
there, they're
no.
pretty good.
It's mostly the same people, but not really. And I do like our dispatchers. I think sometimes they're messing with me.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to get into my head and trying to drive me crazy. Like the other day, we had a trip from where I work. Then we had to drive about 2 hours north to Shreveport, or close to 2 hours. And then as soon as we got back, we had a transfer going to New Orleans. And I was like, dang it, this is terrible. But then we finally got back around, say, 8 a.m. the next morning. and laid down. We'd already been awake for 24 hours. And at 9 o'clock, they called us. Hey, we got another call for you. And I thought it was an emergency. And I looked and it was a transfer going to Shreveport again. And I was like, what? And it said multiple appointments. That means we're going to be there all day. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I was starting to get like angry. And they called right back. Nah, never mind. And I'm like, they're messing with me.
They're messing with you. I think I'd just be thrown off and then I would have to go, like I said, into work mode and just disassociate all the bad things in life and be a machine and do my job and try to help others the best I could.
I learned this other thing, and like I got this from that one supervisor that we all know and love. Super chill. Like you could have
Oh yeah,
14 holes in you.
he
and
knows. He knows we're talking about him. We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You're
have
the
like
inspiration to what we want to be on a call.
you have like 14 holes in you, and this man will be like, "It's all right, chill, man. You good? You good? You know." So that I've taken that from him, and like,
Nobody's as good at it as he is.
yeah. Well, I got pretty good at it because whenever I worked for the other company I worked for before, I was on a basic
that
unit,
good.
and the other person that I'd be working with, sometimes like, they have like, I'm not going to talk about that.
Nobody is as good as Nate.
Let me back up. Nobody's as good as except Jesus. Jesus is better. Love you, Jesus. But anyway, so I'm like really good at like Colby said, kicking into work mode. But I do like mainly two things. It's like, all right, so we're gonna have to start at step one, and then we'll go from there. It's like we can't do everything at once. Just do your first thing, which in that situation would probably be like obviously scene safety and then XABCs and all that, and then call for resources.
But the question is,
And like
how
your
can you
triage.
tell about scene safety? You don't know what's going on. And for example, the bombs. Nobody knew about the bombs right away.
Yeah. Well, that
They
so
started some
honestly,
crazy guy running people over.
so honestly, I was just saying scene safety just because I probably would just start going and triaging people until I heard the bullets ring out, and then I probably would have ran not away, but like around the building to take cover or whatever. And then after, but
Honestly, you wouldn't have been there at the time of it happening. Let's say you were dispatched to it from.
if I was dispatched to it, I would clear that scene and get all them people walking around with their phones away. I would get all the family members that were there that were like crying over like I would start triaging everybody for the other responding units that were coming in. And if the person was a black tag, then I'm spending more time trying to get that family member away, and I would probably just let them, sit there and grieve or whatever. But like if there's people that are workable, then all right, get away. We got work to do, and you're getting in my way. Not to seem rude, but that can hinder patient care.
I would have definitely taken my ambulance and blocked off the roadway
Yeah.
where another truck couldn't have come down it.
Oh, I had a fire truck do that, but yeah, you're right.
Well, they have barricades up now. Did you see that? So
I mean,
the situation is they did have those street barricades that like come up like that, on Bourbon.
Yeah.
But they were fixing them because they were old. So, and like all the other events leading up to, they had the barricades up for that. But because they were fixing them because they were old, they had that police unit sitting there blocking basically the roadway. And whenever the guy went around, he was pretty much almost completely on the sidewalk. So he could still fit around them. But now they have these old barricades that I saw in a video New Orleans used to have way back in the day, but they had in storage because they weren't using them anymore. They had pulled them out of storage to put on the sidewalks. So now the sidewalks and the road are all barricaded until they can fix all the barricades they were working on. But I mean, nobody's expecting, and you can get mad and look back on these situations and say what can we do to fix it? Because they should have had this and they should have had that and they should have had that. Well, people shouldn't run over people and shoot people.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you can't expect that to just happen all the time because, if you expect that to happen all the time, then Bourbon Street shouldn't be a thing. People shouldn't be allowed to walk up and down the streets. At that point, you'd just be taking away people's free will.
hey, you know how you stop people from getting hit by cars? Make everybody stay at home.
Yeah. Take away their cars.
Yeah, take away the cars.
Take away Bourbon Street.
I
That'll
mean,
work.
no.
If they wanted to, they would. That's not my wife says, but she normally says it to her friend about like their boyfriends or something. Like my boyfriend or this guy, he was being mean to me and he hadn't talked to me all day, and I'm just wondering if his phone doesn't work or something. And my wife's like, if they wanted to, they would. And that's how I feel about this situation. If they want to commit like some sort of mass destruction or something, and the vehicles you weren't available to drive a vehicle down the road, and
They'd still find a way.
they would still find a way.
Break the dams.
Like everything throughout history.
The levees, yeah.
You had the guy with the bulldozer and the concrete. He didn't really harm anybody. He just destroyed a bunch of buildings.
Yeah, but he did. That was for.
Huh?
Never mind. That's a completely different topic. I'll get off that.
Okay.
Sorry. Continue.
They
You
did hurt
had
people.
the Tennessee guy. I mean, and there's a bunch of other things. If someone wants to do something bad enough, there's nothing that you're going to do and take away from them to stop them. They will find a way to achieve their goal.
God, there's a YouTuber. His name completely slips my mind. And any other time I would know it, but he started recreating the Killdozer.
Oh yeah.
God, what was his name?
I don't know, but
He's got that big jacked up diesel truck with
Oh,
the
whistling diesel dude.
yes. He's making the Killdozer. I'm just like, man,
Bro, I bet FBI's watching that.
like
he makes all sorts of crazy stuff.
in a
though.
less
Yeah.
like serious note of that example, whenever we would travel, I brought weights in the bed of my truck because I didn't have time to work out at a gym, but my downtime at the station, when I wasn't sleeping or doing reports, I worked out. I found a way to achieve my goal. So, but your turn, Steven.
Oh, what?
Your own question. What would you do? Or how would you feel, I think is what you asked. I could be wrong,
I feel
but
like what would you do is a more not. What would you do is a. You know what, Steven? Just talk about
either
it, okay?
one. Either one.
So I would definitely make sure the road was blocked off on each end before I started working people.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'd probably still try to stick near my truck and work people, but I wouldn't get in the middle of the road just in case somebody else came. You know, because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen next.
Well,
And supposedly he was supposed to set off those bombs next.
yeah. Secondary devices, which
Yeah.
for people who don't really know about secondary devices, it's the idea that in a terrorist situation, and first responders are trained for terrorist situations like that, that there is the first whatever that happens, like say there's bombs, for example, the first bombs are to get the first responders' attention, and then they're trying to go save everybody, and while they're saving everybody,
And
the secondary
crowd,
devices,
the crowd gets to watch in, and everybody wants to look.
yeah, and the secondary devices blow up, and then
They get even more people.
yeah.
But supposedly they found some in his truck and up and down the road.
Yeah, they had pictures of him putting one in an ice cooler, and then they found an Airbnb in the New Orleans area that there was like half-made ones there, and then they raided his house, and he had 2 different workbenches in Texas, 2 different workbenches full of chemicals and stuff that they took.
Huh.
So he'd been working on it for a while, and they had like plans and stuff.
And I know that they were trying to say that this wasn't a terrorist attack like the federal government was, but there was a lot of people on TikTok, Facebook, and other areas that were a little upset about that because of the incident that happened prior. That was a big thing with the CEO. They
Oh, yeah.
claimed him as
Of
a
UHC.
terrorist, but they didn't claim the Las Vegas and New Orleans one as a terrorist. And they were the federal government was trying to say this isn't a terrorist attack. They're not.
I'm not sure what sources you were watching, but all the sources I was watching from 5:30 in the morning on January 1st was saying that the FBI and federal government was investigating it as a terrorist attack, and New Orleans mayor was saying it was a terrorist attack.
This was before that. This is whenever they were saying at the time, we cannot say that this was a terrorist attack, but even if you didn't do an investigation to figure out it's a terrorist attack, like the definition is a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims.
So they have,
And it was
what are the 2 kinds of terrorism called? There's like the ones from out of the country and ones from domestic
Domestic.
and foreign.
Foreign and domestic.
So even if it wasn't foreign
It was
terrorism,
still
it was still
domestic.
domestic.
Yeah. Unfortunately. But yeah.
I don't know if you guys
I
can
bumped
hear
the
it.
table. I'm sorry.
I know he probably can't hear it because he's deaf.
Huh?
But if you guys can hear the dog barking in the background, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I have like this cool little feature that I use that makes the background noise
I wonder
go.
whose dog it is because nobody's dog is ever barking out here.
It's her. I know which one it is.
There's a neighbor. We're in a shed. We're in a shed.
That's why it should talk.
Shed dog. Shed dog. Minecraft.
Should talk. Ooh, Minecraft.
Minecraft.
But
Minecraft.
so
What time we at?
What's the-
how would you feel though? You said, but how would you like emotionally or not emotionally?
So right away, probably wouldn't feel anything until everything was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Thinking after. And I don't do that a lot because it just there's nothing you could do to change anything that you did. But there was a call I ran the other day that I actually sat down after the call and I was like it kind of hit me that I just ran a tragic call, and I don't do that a lot, but this last time I did, and it's a lot easier when you don't do it. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
So, trying not to turn this into a major.
It's easier just to grab another call and get back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
Try
of
not-
which, I don't know what a black cloud is, but I am one of those
I'm the opposite.
because ever since that cardiac arrest we had the other day, every shift, except for this last one I did not have one, but every shift I've had on the ambulance, I've gotten cardiac arrest, and after a while, you get kind of tired of those because
They're tiring.
they are tiring, but then like you're dealing with people's lost family members, and you know that's always sad. But also, I have this weird thing in my chest where my sternum pops, like whenever I do this,
Yeah.
and that's what it feels like when you're, you know. And
Why are you flexing your chest like that doing CPR? Are you twerking while doing CPR?
no, the person's chest makes that popping noise.
You said
and
your
my
chest did.
but mine does like whenever I
Yeah,
sit
when
up
you do
like
that,
this.
you shouldn't be doing that.
But
You twerking while doing CPR?
have you
that
heard
what it
that
is?
song from, was it Cupcake? Someone CPR.
I'm gonna have to watch it. We have to watch it next time we do CPR.
Yeah.
Have you seen? It's like an animated thing where it's like,
Yeah, I'm asking
seen
you.
it.
I'm asking you. Is that what you're doing?
yeah, that's what I do every call.
Okay.
I'm not a CPR.
So I just got off that 36-hour shift at the fire department, and there's a paramedic that was working with me, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna run some calls," and I was like, "You've never worked with me," and he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I don't get a lot of calls when I'm working." He's like, "What?" I was like, "We usually don't." I said, "Last shift was just a weird one." Because last shift, I ran more calls that shift than I have in 3 months.
I think it's just the holidays.
It was because, well, it was really, didn't we have storms around that time?
Yeah,
It was
it was
because
the
of the
storms.
storms. That was it.
I know I had
They
3
had
or 4
fires.
medicals also.
Oh,
But and then
was
the
the
next
day
day
after.
there was a bunch of fires, but I was off.
yeah.
And but he worked the whole 36 hours I was working. We got 0 calls, none. He goes, "This is ridiculous." I was like, "I know." I mean, that's just what happens when I'm not working.
Yeah, when he's working and I'm volunteering with him, we don't run a single call. But when he goes home and I start clocking in, everybody decides to call.
Dude, whenever it was like 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago. Every time I worked with Steven, at the time I was living in West Monroe. And so I would leave from here and have to go to West Monroe like at 7 if I wanted to make it. Because then I had to wake up the next morning, like early next morning, and then drive to Arkansas because I was still doing that weird thing. Anyway, basically I was like getting no sleep whatsoever. So I had to leave at 7. And this whole time I would like be jinxing it. I'd be like, hey, it sure is quiet, you know, so that we could get a call. And Steve was like, no, don't you say that, because once you leave, we're going to get all these calls, and you're not going to be here to run. And it never fails. I would always like leave and be on that road halfway to, you know where, and where I could even turn left to go up towards West Monroe. That way, he'd always got something crazy. like a crazy trauma or a structure fire or something.
Yeah.
And but it was never while we were working. It was always right after I left.
And it's usually when I'm working, I don't ever get the dumb calls like my toe hurts or I have a fever that's been lasting 6 weeks. Nothing crazy, like dumb. I get the crazy calls. 18-wheeler hit these 3 cars. Whoa, what?
Yeah.
This house is on fire, and the house next to it looks like it might be on fire.
Like, wow.
Or this house, car, and field is on fire at the same time. Oh no!
Oh, during
What?
the wildfires, that was
No
great.
volunteers?
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
But
No, we're out of time.
yeah,
No.
I mean we could keep going, but we're at 32.
Yes, but I started recording it
Oh, you're right.
Like,
You're right. He did start
4 or
recording
5
like
minutes before we started.
4 minutes before we even started.
Okay.
So there was a little ADD and all that, but to sum everything up,
We're sorry for everybody's loss, and we love you. And
Yeah.
pray for New Orleans, because we love Jesus.
And Las Vegas.
And Las Vegas, or
And
Los
apparently-
Angeles, or Los Santos, wherever
Where's
it
the
was.
other place?
Berlin.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, I gotta circle back to that. So the guy that was from New Orleans was in the Army, and the guy that was in Las Vegas was Special Forces in the Army, I believe. And they
Green
were
Beret, I think is what I read.
yeah. So they were like together at
Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg. So they were there together there, and they also the dude from New Orleans also served in Germany, which is kind of sus because the Berlin explosion happened the same way the Las Vegas explosion happened
On the same day.
on the same day, and the same day as the New Orleans incident. And the Cybertruck from Las Vegas and the white Ford from New Orleans came from the same rental property, or not rental property, the rental vehicles in the same town in Texas. So it maybe I'm going out on a limb on the Berlin thing, but the Las Vegas and New Orleans were definitely together, I believe. Conspiracy. Maybe.
All
Or-
the evidence shows that. Now, whether it's a coincidence,
Yeah, I'm sure the FBI like sees more stuff than we do. But from the
It
outside
could-
looking in,
Could be a coincidence with how poorly, veterans are treated now.
yeah. But
So maybe they just happen to do it on the same day.
at the same time, it is
after knowing
an
each other but not communicating with each other,
an
They
ex-
were treated the same way by the same people.
and the same time got the same, or got 2 separate vehicles from the same place.
They live nearby.
it's all a coincidence.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
I think not.
Somebody's cheering is outside making noise.
We can close up now.
We're gonna close out now. So, thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please like and comment. Please, pretty please. I'll give you some of my chocolate cake if you like and comment. And subscribe and press a little dingy thingy on there so you can see whenever we upload more stuff. I've been uploading a lot of shorts, and we're uploading every Wednesday on the podcast. But I'm going to upload this one early because it has to do with the New Year's Eve situation. And send us videos. Still nobody has done that yet. And we will put you at the end of our podcast. Say hi or show us a cool talent. Nothing dangerous. And you can be in our podcast. Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Just hit stop recording.
Mm-hmm.
Got any grape?